All right, Shalom Makim. First and foremost, we give all the praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the elder apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this truth, that we will. Peace and blessings and salutations to all you sincere Akim of the hopeful elect that are out there pushing his word, pushing his truth and sincerity, laboring in diligence. Basically, there's going to be an open forum, through the Spirit, as entitled, we in the days of evil, brothers. We in the days of evil, and the more wickedness increase, the more the evils are going to come. All right, the more wickedness increases, the more evils are going to come, and that's what's going on right now. The Heavenly Father, He's about, He's sick with this place. All right, and right now, that's why the Lord is sending all type of earthquakes, viruses, natural disasters. The Lord's sending a lot of plagues down because He's about sick of the faggotry, man, the perverseness. All right. Now you brothers been hearing about the reports of the influenza outbreak that's been troubling the whole country. It's been nationwide. It's been widespread throughout each state. And you got a lot of people that are being hospitalized, and you even got people dying. Children are dying.
There's over 10 children, I think.
They say up to 30 children that died now. And it's increasing.
They had in London, United Kingdom, they had the same kind of it's called Aussie flu. Yeah. And it infected that whole country. They showed, I had a map where it showed places where it was infected more, but the whole country was infected by that. And that's just showing you that pestilence, that's prophecy going out, man. And these people are getting judged. All right. Oh, so a lot, you guys.
No, that's I got it, and that's judgment. Yeah. All right. This is a form of judgment the Lord is sending upon the world, and mainly here in America, man. All right. They said this particular outbreak, in comparison to last year, it's a big difference. It's a lot. It's 30 times worse this year than it was last year in this season.
Yep. By the way, if I may say, bro, I've been noticing all week, starting at camp, when we looked up and seen the camp show, they up there painting Argyle and Tron grids and all kinds of shit all over the skies out here. Yeah. They stay laying it.
With a big old X, man, multiple times across this place, man. And one thing I want to say is, it shows you how wicked Esau is. I ain't never heard of, we've heard of the flu season, but how you got a season where there's a flu?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's no one to expect.
How wicked is that? Where, we know Esau's putting those different diseases out there and those different things to make people sick, but that just shows you how wicked this so-called white man is, man. You got a specific season for the flu.
Yep. And a lot of it happens through the CDC, the Center for Disease Control. Yep. That's why they patent these diseases. It's not like they just popping up and they're trying to find cures. They're creating it. They show you in everything, literally. Movies, games, they put it in songs. Esau is showing the wickedness of himself. He throwing it out there, but people still ain't catching it. It's a bunch happening right now. Like the brother was going into all these different pestilences, and this is only the beginning. It's the Black Plague coming back, the bubonic and the bubonic and pneumonic plagues, those coming back. Influenza is widespread around the country. All these things is happening.
Yeah, man. And somebody is 2nd Ezra 16 and 18.
I'll go back and have something else too.
Matter of fact, start at 16 and 17.
Come. 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 17, it says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days?
Yeah, man. And that's a question of a person that fears the Lord. Because the Lord, he's great in wrath, man. He's mighty in power. And the things that Prophet Ezra saw, man, to the average eye, man, you wouldn't be able to handle it, man. Okay? Or the elder brother Yashawamba, he just had a vision, and that brother woke up in tears, man. How much more were the prophets when they had these visions? Because when they have these visions, it's like you're literally in it. It's real. You're 3D. It's like you're in it. And you seeing it and watching it happen, man. All right? And when we read about these times that we're living in, we're supposed to watch this and visualize it, man. Because these things are coming. A lot of the fear of the Lord in the world right now is at a super low.
Right.
So that's why the Lord, He's finna start making you people fear, man. All right. Keep going, bro.
Yeah, it says. Matter of fact, because you said that, if I could jump to another precept right quick. Second Ezra 15 and 8. I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. I just wanted to bring that out because that's what the men of the Lord are doing, man. We see all these things happening and no one's paying attention, but we see how horrific these things are about to be. You know, and we see it, we're like, oh shit, the same like a prophet Ezra saw the literal vision of it, but we see what the scriptures are saying. Like we can visualize the scriptures. And we see how bad the Lord is really saying that this is about to be. That you people just turn up the wickedness. Just keep turning the volume up on wickedness, man. Like the Most High ain't hearing you. But then now we're starting to see these prophecies come to pass with plagues and famines and so on and whatever else. And you guys don't care. You guys just keep turning up like it ain't trouble.
Bro, we still in the first month.
Exactly.
We're still in January. And look at all the things the Lord has done. He didn't froze up majority of the country and killed people like that. You know what I'm saying? Like
within the first 2 weeks, you had a missile scare over in Hawaii, and then what they said, Japan. Yeah, so the Lord is turning it up, man.
Mudslides and Cali.
Yeah.
And he ended the year with fire and turned around and drowned them out with mud or water.
Volcano next.
I think an earthquake just hit off the coast of
Mexico. Down in Mexico, come on. It's like 6.5. Yeah.
You know, the Lord ain't playing, man.
You guys can get it, man.
Hey, Jay, y'all finna catch it, man. Esau too, all y'all, man.
The world is gonna catch
y'all finna catch it, man. We entering into the evil day. We entering into the evil day, man. What is it? What does evil mean? It means bad time. We're entering into bad times, man. You're finna start catching plagues, pestilences, sword, man, disease. Okay? Those people that are catching this influenza, man, they're catching wrath from the Heavenly Father, man.
Yeah, you can't shake this one like normal, man. People getting sick and not getting right back healthy.
You just can't take NyQuil or Tylenol Plus or something like that. No,
it's not working this time.
No over the counter.
No,
it's not even the prescribed stuff.
And I was watching the news, and they were saying that people are more. There've been more doctor visits all over the country this year already. Well, they said this flu season, there's been more doctor visits and more reported deaths because of it. This season than any other in the history.
And then in that game, the division, the preview, the trailer, it shows. It talked about how Esau could easily put these diseases and all these things on the money. You know, and how the American people are with the abundance of spending. You know, so it's nothing. That's how it could easily contract. You know,
God, that's you're right, because say it does get on the money, then we gotta go cashless, right?
Yep.
And that leads to another prophecy.
And the elder just said it right now on the Dallas live stream. Elder, no, it was Elder Not that said it. He said it was in the movie V for Vendetta. Beginning of the movie, that's how they brought it in the New World Order.
Yeah. I got a
New Testaments.
Oh, you want?
You can probably read it now so that I can
Okay,
read out.
This second Ezra, chapter 8, verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter times shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The great miseries, man. Yeah, and you people, hey, the pride is through the roof, man. Mm-hmm. But the Lord's getting ready to humble you. All right, He's gonna bring them plagues on you. All right, and hey, like this little flu thing, that's light. That's still light.
Yeah.
That's still light, man.
No, this is dying, but it's still light.
It's still light. Like ain't nothing happened yet.
Nah.
All these things that the Lord's starting the year off with, that's nothing.
There's
that's
still
low.
Running water, bro.
Yeah.
Still running water.
Come on, man.
I gotta preach you.
Yeah, y'all keep them fluent.
This is Isaiah 47:11. Therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth.
Yeah. Like there's flu, it just came up on these people, man. Niggas just walked up, they just, just woke up sneezing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Their chest hurt, their throat hurt.
You're so
blood pressure hella low.
Healthy guys out there go to the gym all the time. You eat right, and your ass is up there in the bed, bedridden.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, little Billy, he woke up with the sniffs. But then, you thought he was gonna miss a few days at school, but he didn't make it to school the following week. Mm-hmm. That's what's going down right now, man.
Where to put it, man?
Con.
I read it. Is that
Jeremiah 11:11?
No, before that.
Oh, yeah, Con, yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Trump.
Dr. Loth, I think that's how the brother's name is, said Trump just recently lifted a ban to allow scientists to go back to making killer diseases just recently.
I didn't really stop.
I think Obama had them stop. They used money for that for a while, but they're back at it. Let's test the first one.
Yeah.
Good.
It says, therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off. Mm-hmm. And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly.
If I may speak on just the pestilences, you can't shake these, man. You see people and that was funny, there's kind of a spiritual connotation that goes along with it. When people humble down, oh no, God help me. They say that and they try to act right. People close to me and my family, they get sick and they try to humble down and listen to what I'm trying to tell them, how to heal themselves, they'll get better. But as soon as they think they better, they go right back to what they were doing before, and what happens? They damn, I didn't shake that, I'm right back at it. They can't shake it. What is the word? You can't, what did it say? You can't do
Thou shalt not be able to put it off.
Can't put it off, can't get rid of it. Go ahead, bro.
And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't put it off because, like for instance, this pestilence, this flu disease, it spreads very easily. Mm-hmm. That's why it's jumping from state to state, because these diseases that are carried by bacteria, they travel through blood flow. They travel through saliva. Mm-hmm. If people ain't washing their hands and they putting their hands all over the place, you know what I'm saying? If the next person get in contact with that area, it comes on them.
Bro, it's crazy because I keep bringing up the games because Esau shows it in all of them. Mm-hmm. It's a phone game called Plague, and you're creating a disease that wipes out the whole world. Mm-hmm. And he got different ways of doing it. You could do it through air transmission, water transmission, animals, so livestock, rats, fleas, mosquitoes, all that stuff. And he's showing you, and then you bet, man. It's a crazy game.
That's how proud Esau is, man. He put it right in your face and dare you to do something about it. Dare you to say something about it.
Dare you to recognize it.
And it's the same thing what the scientist does too, because the game allows you to basically go through and click the traits that you want. And the more people that get infected or that die, that's the more points.
Yeah.
That's the more points you get. And the more points you get with each bubble pop, the more you get to create a deadly lethal disease.
Wow.
Oh, hold on. This is from NBC News. It says influenza might be spread simply by breathing. Study finds.
Because the old way that they were, and people want to believe, they're evolving into becoming stronger. No, they're creating them stronger. They're evolving them because the way it used to be, just that they after so many days, these bacteria and these viruses would just die off. You know, and if you get in your body, unless it had a perfect breathing environment, it would last a while, and then you take a certain something or stop eating a certain something, and it kind of would die off. Well, this ain't working that way. This is still floating through the air, traveling with bacteria, still breathing. Like, it's still the way the society's set up now with the eating conditions and the acidic bodies that the people have. We're primed for this with all the they say you're curing yourself with these antibacterial soaps and what's that other thing called? The little gel shit that they got.
Hand
sanitizer.
Yeah.
But that's stopping your white blood cells from fighting this stuff off. So they've been setting this up to be able to drop something like this on you to where it can come into full fruition now. They're waiting on this.
It could easily affect you because you people, you don't have a healthy diet.
Yep.
And as long as you have a terrible diet, that's not helping to build your immune system. Your immune system is not strong enough to fight off these diseases. All right. A lot of you people, if your body is acidic and you happen to catch something, it's going to take a lot more to fight off the disease because your immune is weak.
Mm-hmm. And these little antibiotics that the doctors are trying to prescribe you, they don't work because the diseases are immune to it. Because they create the disease to be immune to it.
Yep.
You can't fight something if it's overpowering you and your body is acidic, like the brother was saying.
And if your immune system or your white blood cells are working out, like, okay, a little bacteria, a little small virus, a little dirt, whatever, I'm gonna stay working out. I'm gonna get strong to be able to fight this. Well, hand sanitizer, bad diet, all these combinations make you just weak, man. When you're just weak and can't fight it.
And people, a lot of weed smoke, a lot of people messing up their lungs. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a lot easy for you to catch it, man.
And let me say, the pneumonic is from pneumonia. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's the same root word as pneumonia, meaning of the lungs, right? Okay. So you can't breathe. It's a lung infection, and that's something that one of the symptoms that's going on with the influenza that's going around. People short of breath. People having troubles with that, and you're not getting the proper amount of rest.
Kind of respiratory disease.
Respiratory,
all the different systems. Esau knows how to attack these systems.
Nervous system.
When you go into, because he got these classes, biology, kinesiology, the study of all these bodily systems. He figures out if he has those systems down, and he does.
More wiser than Daniel.
He figures those out, so he knows exactly what chemicals affect what parts of the body. Mm-hmm. He knows all these different, he knows his periodic element chart. Yep. He figures out, pinpoints down to each element how it affects your body. Yep. So all these medicines that you say help you, while you think in the commercials, they bring out, it'll help stop your bloody nose, but now your kidney's about to fail. Yep. Now you leaking out your ears or some craziness. This devil is crazy, man. If Jake don't realize this, you're done. He ain't here to help you.
I got a scripture real quick to go with what you just said.
Not just realize it, but physically do something, spiritually do something about it. Because Jake is waking up to know what's going on, but they ain't doing nothing about it. They're not changing their lifestyles. I'm an Israelite, so that's good enough. That's not good enough.
I got this quick script on Psalm 64, verse 6. They search out iniquities, and they accomplish a diligent search.
Well, iniquity, they what is iniquity? Sin upon sin, right? They figure out what sin will lead to continual sin within a person. They lead you down those pathways. So you continually sin after sin after sin. Go ahead, bro.
It says they accomplished a diligent search. Both the inward thought of them, both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep.
They consider deep.
Like the brother was just saying, man, these devils, they know exactly what affects and influences people. They know what affects your body. They know what affects your mind. So Satan comes to them and gives them ideas of how to come up with certain things that's going to basically cause people to destroy themselves or get affected. So like for instance, they know Jake, you know, how their body operate, what affects them, how you know, how it works, you know, what gets them sick, what don't. So that's why the diet that they push on Jake is the same diet that keeps their immune system down, so they can always be susceptible to all those diseases, man. Esau knows this. He wants you niggas to stay eating flesh, a bunch of meat, a bunch of bread, starch, gluten. Okay, and then he puts those viruses out. They put them everywhere. Basically, they put them in bugs. They put them in the air. They put it in your food. They put it in your water. Like this man, he searches, man.
Mad scientist.
He's a mad scientist. He knows it all, man.
I want, if I could just kind of say something. I won't even say the name on here, but it said the Most High is allowing these things to happen. Yes, absolutely, the Most High is allowing these things to happen. But don't mistake the step in this process that there is a physical person on the planet that's perpetuating this stuff, though. Let's not miss that part, because just because some of us that are in the know understand that the Most High is allowing this to happen because he's punishing the planet, let's not forget that this man is trying to destroy and overdo the deeds of the Most High God. He's trying to go beyond the punishment of the Most High God if he possibly could. You know, let's not miss that part of the whole scenario.
He's only going to do what the Most High is going to allow him to do.
Right, but
scriptures tell you in Psalms the 17th chapter that he's the sword of the Most High.
Right.
So when this devil, when he uses his technology to destroy people, when he uses biological warfare, germ warfare, chemical warfare, when he does that, ultimately that goes back to the Most High. He's using this devil to bring hell upon these people, man.
Yep.
Mainly Jake's.
Right, and that leaves this so-called white man Esau, that leaves his handprint in all over the wickedness. You know, and that was the point I wanted to make about it. But he's still guilty because his hand is still on the killer weapon, so to speak. You know, and so he got to be punished for that.
And even when because we was going into plagues and pestilence to start with, even if you go look into the medical field, you know, because this is what Esau dealt with too. When we were into the herbs, we back into them now, but in the times of past, in the ancient days, you know, we wasn't pricking ourselves with needles to get nutrients into us. You know, that's breaking the law too, because we're not supposed to be making imprint into our skin. So you know, even in trying to get better, you breaking it, and that's what the brother was just talking about. Even when we're trying to get better, this devil still has us breaking these laws. So them needles ain't supposed to be in our skin. You know, we supposed to eat the herbs of the ground. If you're on a fast, the nutrients and the health benefits of those plants are gonna get to you even faster. You know, the oils. You know, and I'm not talking about but the pureness of the oils, like the higher concentration or dosage. Those seep into your body faster when you haven't ate anything. But this devil has it all backwards.
Well, on purpose though. Don't act like he don't know the right way. We know he knows the right way. He's just going the wrong way on purpose, because that's his position. We got to remember, and just not to single nobody out, but just to say it this way, we can't remain in the thoughts of where the Most High is thinking from. His thoughts are not our thoughts, way above our thoughts. We got to deal with it on this ground level, because our job isn't just knowing these things, but teaching them that don't know these things. That's why we have to sit out here and call every pestilence out and every bad of this or evil of this time out unto the people. So hey, you don't see that there's more than half the country's frozen over. We have to make a point of that. We have to make a point of all of the sickness. We have to make a point of every little thing that's going on, because they won't see it any other way. They don't even think to look any deeper than that. But I don't want to go far off. I just want to kind of make that point real quick, you know, so we're not missing the point of why we go through every little pestilence, every little plague, and everything else. Because this is current event of particularly what's happening out there. Anybody have anything?
Want to finish up on this too?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, going back into NBC News, it says the flu virus might be spread not only by coughing and sneezing, but also simply by breathing. Researchers say in a new report they found clear evidence that influenza patients breathe the virus out through their mouths and noses in tiny particles that can stay suspended in the air for minutes or hours.
See, they wasn't usually able to do that. Now it is. It ain't just evolving; they're evolving these pestilences.
Esau's been doing this for a long time because a lot of the baby boomers, they were getting vaccines, you know, back when, you know, 60s, 70s, and now whatever that vaccine is causing some kind of effect in them now. So Esau does that where he'll give you the cure, so-called cure, but the cure is going to activate something else in you once you mix it with other medicines or just simple things you eat in your diet.
What did the same newscast said this about it? They said at the very end, they say the last few people that just died were that they had taken the flu shot. And I was like, but they breezed over that last little sentence and went directly into something else. I'm like, y'all didn't even catch that, huh? That they're giving you the virus in the flu. So the first people to get it, going, let me get my flu shot, then they breathe and cough on somebody, and now it's just an epidemic. Passing on until it just starts to jump continents.
Kind of like two accounts. The Tuskegee experiment. You know, when they were injecting Jake with syphilis. You know, they were injecting Jake with syphilis. They had the cure, but just it was an experiment to see what it does to their body. You know, that was wickedness. Jake was thinking that if they take it, it's gonna protect them from the disease. But it
sounds like a vaccine to me.
But it was killing them. You know, and they didn't give them the cure. You know,
same thing now with the flu shot.
And then if you go back in older times, the time of Gad, when Christopher Columbus and the Spaniards came to the Americas, they was giving them smallpox blankets. You know, the Native American, the Gadites were thinking that it was they was gifts, blankets to keep them warm, but really it was infused with they disease.
And this how you know that all this shit is all man-made, because they experiment with the shit. And then they try to come up with the cure, and then for some reason it goes away. But then around the exact same time every year it comes back. The fact that it's on a schedule. The fact that this particular virus is on a schedule is not natural.
Right.
If this was natural, you should be able to catch this particular virus any time of the year. So that lets you know right there, man. This devil is creating all this shit, man.
It shows you it's the season for death too.
You
know, because in the spring everything is blooming, everything is growing, but as soon as winter hit, you got people dying, all types of different deaths. Man, come on.
Hey, you brought up the Tuskegee. You had an Edomite by the name of John Charles Cutler. And he was responsible for not only him being involved in the Tuskegee experiment, he also was responsible for the syphilis experiment in Guatemala. All right, they work on Jake like lab rats, guinea pigs. They work on the soldiers. All right, basically the guys in the military. They work on prisoners. And they work on prostitutes. But starting first and foremost with the men in the military. They all experiment
to take these things.
You know, I mean, you pretty much your life is on the line fighting for this devil.
That was on that movie, Manchurian Candidate.
So they just use you up, man.
Another place where they use it on use Jake as a guinea pig is these prisons, because what's filled with the prisons? Jake, you know.
What can they do?
Didn't they was going to do some experiment on Jake where
you talking about the birth control thing where they would let him out early.
So you know Jake gonna say, well, yeah, you can experiment on me for however long if I can get out early. And it's just part of Esau's witchcraft. All of this disease, all that's part of Esau's witchcraft, man. You know.
I got something real quick. This is Job chapter 13 verse 4. It says, but you are the forgers of lies. You are all physicians of no value.
That's Esau for you.
That's this damn devil, man.
They lie about what they're supposed to be fixing or healing what they don't. They don't actually heal it. They're actually what was the last line of that say? Forty of lies and
you're off.
Physician is no value. A physician is supposed to heal you, make you whole again. But what do? They claim to be a physician. They take the physician approach, but they actually killing you off, further breaking you down.
Yeah, they're not physicians; they're doctors.
Yep.
And that's a total difference because doctors don't heal you. Mm-hmm. Doctors put spells on you.
Because it's no.
Doctors put diseases on you.
They're witches.
The word doctor means to falsify, man.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. They're professional practitioners of witchcraft, man.
Right. Which makes
they prescribe you the drugs.
Mm-hmm. And that put more demons and
put more spirits on you, man.
Pharmacy.
They're not healing you. They making your life worse.
God.
They're making you dependent on that specific drug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, that's why you can go to the doctors and feel like nothing wrong with you. You come back and you find out that you got a whole bunch of things wrong. Then they putting you on all this medication. Because it's no money in the cure, it's money in the treatment. Yeah. Yep. You know, cancer could be reversed. AIDS and all that could be reversed. Yep. They got the cure for it. But are they gonna give it out? No.
Hey, every disease, any disease you could think of that have killed billions of people on the planet, they all can be cured with the natural herbs of the earth.
Right.
You know, but this devil, if you heal yourself with natural remedies, that's not
lawful.
That's not lawful. The FDA, they will have you locked up if you try to heal yourselves.
They just locked up some Amish.
Yeah.
For that, for healing himself with his own on his own land, growing his own herbs.
Yeah.
And healing himself. Mm-hmm. What's funny is, how did they find out? But however they found out that he healed himself, they took his ass to jail for that.
Because you ain't healing nobody else. That's what they figured.
Yeah, you ain't done. Nah. They ain't about to go down.
And what you healing yourself with, if it's not certified by the FDA, then you're breaking. Really, you're hurting business.
Yeah. Yep.
That's what you're really doing. You're taking money out of their business.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to be relying on them. You're not supposed to be healing yourself. All right. And whether you stay basically dependent.
What's the word?
Upon their product. Because they make money. They make super money. That's why all those drugs that you buy, that's why it's so damn expensive, especially if you don't have insurance.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy. It's like $5 if you have insurance, but without it, it's like $500 for the same bottle of pills, for the same treatments, thousands of dollars.
And what they have in them is straight up narcotic, man.
Yeah. What do you think they're taking from them opium fields out there? That's the part that make you feel good, that you feel like you're getting healthy. Yeah. And then they give you all the pharmacia after that, all the witchcraft.
What you think is in that outer world that y'all giving your kids?
Mm-hmm.
It's them amphetamines, man.
Yep.
Okay. Crystal meth and shit is in those drugs.
They said it is. I remember reading an article when they said the same chemicals they put in crystal meth is what you said, Adderall, right?
Adderall,
yeah. But look at it like this. Why do you think when these soldiers, it's messed up, these soldiers that go fight, when they come back and they need the medicine, they're good. But then when they get off the medicine, where do the people go? They go right to the street to score meth. Yeah. I said that to score meth because it's going to heal them the same way. But now they're druggies because they're getting it from the street. They're not paying the price of getting it from the doctor. The same type of drug dealer, a worse drug dealer.
God, this Proverbs 4:16 says, "For they sleep not, except they have done mischief."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this man has sat around round tables and figured this out. To how could the Center of Disease Control? They didn't only create the diseases; they figured out how to control it. And if they can figure out how to control it, they also know how much damage it can do if they just let it run free.
God, that's how they know when they say, "Oh, this number of people has this disease." Over 360 million people have this disease. Mm-hmm. They know because they didn't set the disease out there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know?
And it's probably more. This isn't the people that don't report it.
Yeah, that's why they say over.
Yeah,
because they know exactly how much they distributing or pushing the disease out there.
And you know, certain levels of income and their hospitals in their neighborhoods, you know, they get the real cure over there because they go to these real physicians.
They probably won't tell them, but
Be like, oh, I gave them the same thing. No, we get the generic one for $5 that don't actually cure it, that band-aids it, but they get the one that actually cures it. That's $3,000 that they, you know, get their own insurance from to pay for them. You know?
Quick question: Don't that demon Charlie Sheen have AIDS or something like that?
Yeah, it's
AIDS patients lose weight, you know, and they look sickly. Look at that nigga that was touching the boys in the church. You know, he lost a bunch of weight quick. But that demon is still alive.
Still going, still going.
You know?
It was I think it was like a Bill Maher or something. It was some guy on there that said he could, some scientist, I don't say scientist or so-called doctor, and he was like in South America, came on the show and said he would cure Charlie Sheen, but you ain't heard nothing from that dude since, man.
Yep.
You know? He said he would inject his own blood.
He
would inject his own blood in himself just to show you, but
he would cure himself first.
He would cure himself first.
Yep.
So the cures is out there, but they're not for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans.
That's why Dr. Sabi did. Now he was old, but that's why he did too.
Yeah.
You know, because they don't want. Because right when he started really coming to the main forefront, he was kind of underlying black culture icon, so to speak, about the herbs and healing and going down to South America and whatnot. That's who Left Eye was going to go see. When she went down there, people go down there to get healed by this guy from things that the Americans say you can't be healed. But now, this dude dead. And all of the deeper videos of how to cure it, it's not there. You can't find them on the...
Yeah, because America, man, it's... You know what, to tell you the truth, American doctors go to Jake in Cuba because they got the best doctors in the world to learn how to really cure these cures.
Okay.
But they don't tell you that stuff, man. They want you to keep going to these HMOs or whatever, you know.
This is for they sleep not except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause to fall.
Yep.
Unless they cause some to fall,
That's right, and that's us. That's some to fall. They're gonna start with us.
Hey, they want 6.5 billion to fall.
Yep.
That's what they want.
Yep.
All right.
Ultimate plan, right?
That's the ultimate plan, man. Wipe out most of the human population.
Yep.
This is just another technique for their depopulation control, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, disease warfare, famine. They use all these different scenarios, man.
Mm-hmm.
This whole LGBT thing, pushing this whole gay agenda, sex robots. Okay.
Yeah.
Robo thoughts, man.
Yeah.
This was all in the plan. This is all part of the New World Order agenda, man.
That's right, bro.
Yep.
Okay. And matter of fact,
we have
this Edomite woman, Barbara Marks Hubbard.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Elder Apostle Gabar always bring out quotes from her. There was one quote in particular where she basically said that basically they're the rider of the pale horse.
Yeah,
Matter of fact,
look it up.
Let me look it up so I can be exact.
We have to bring all these things forward to Jake's mind, man. Jake needs to see that all, because think about it. We always felt like, some of us have always felt like something was right. Somebody told us some information and it clicked on what they were doing. Well, Jake is so caught up in their mirthful party, all about me, prideful selves, that they missed the whole pleasure of the flesh. They missed the whole part that somebody's out there trying to destroy you, that they're giving you that sensation, so to speak, that they're still trying to kill you at the same time. So we have to bring it to the forefront. This man is about to roll on you and destroy you people. Because a lot of these quakes and storms, even though the Most High is sanctioning all of this, this man has still got his button on the harp. He's still got his hand on these diseases we're talking about. On all this technology that's destroying you. He's doing all of this, and he matriculated it Because he couldn't rest until he fulfilled what he has to do.
You can't forget who world we're living in.
Right.
The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. The scripture say he covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
Yeah, if this ain't the damn devil, man, where and who is he?
Yeah, I found it.
You got it?
Yeah, it's from AZ Quotes. It says, this is from Barbara Marx Hubbard, and it's quoted, 1/4 of humanity must be eliminated from the social body. We are in charge of God's selection process for planet Earth.
Wow.
And how do they do that? They use eugenics.
Yep.
All right, they choose who they want breeding, who they don't. You know, it says he selects, we destroy. We are the riders of the pale horse, death.
Wow.
So she's basically admitting that they're as death.
Yep. Somebody Bible.
That's Habakkuk the 2nd chapter.
Yep.
Yeah.
This man is as death, man. He is death.
Matter of fact, when you get that, the other one get 2 Thessalonians 2.
Yeah.
This man is death, man.
We'll get that right.
He's killing off a lot of people, man. You know, he's getting you in a way that you wouldn't even know. All right. Every day that you go to the store, you picking up something that could potentially kill you, man.
Because we don't truly know what's in everything that we eat, you know?
Yeah.
If it say gelatin on it, we know it's pork, you know? But other than that, you know, the regular food we could eat, he could inject a banana with some off stuff, you know, with some pork or something.
And more importantly, you talking about this. If you understand that this weed is made in a laboratory, what do you think he's doing with it in there? What do you think he's doing in this laboratory to make it this gas? What's the other word for it? What's the other words? The buzzword they use for weed? Gas. They use fire.
I can't think of the name.
Stanky or whatever. I don't know. They be talking about how, you know, all of them different terms that they use for it to make it that perfect weed like Jake love it, man.
I think it's called spice.
It's gotta be something wrong with it. They gotta have taken something out of it or putting something in it, man. You gotta know that part. You gotta know that part. Go ahead, bro.
Habakkuk started 4.
Two
and 4.
Yeah, 2.
Two and
yeah, kind of. Habakkuk 2 and 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith.
Without faith, man, we wouldn't have a chance. And faith was a gift given from the Most High God. And he strengthens our faith by bringing out particulars like this and showing us them come to pass from his word, man. So that's why we make points about it, because the scriptures make points about it, and the faith that we were given, we're able to see it, his prophecies come to pass. And that builds us up. Go ahead, bro.
He also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man. Neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desires as hell, and is as death, and it cannot be satisfied. He gathered.
If not, who is that? Name a man on the planet that fits.
It says, and is as death.
Yeah.
And is as death. You know, this devil got his hand in everything. Every move in the society you can make, this devil is poisoning you. If you look at the food industry, that's poisoning. Fast food is a part of depopulation also. Yep. You know, because what does that do? That makes your body more acidic. You become addicted to what you eat. You know, his advertisement goes with his fast food market. You know, those colors, the bright reds and all that. The music, that's as death. That puts you in a bad spiritual state. You know, because if you
put you in that YOLO state, you know, like you don't care. You know, like,
and what do they say in the music now? Adultery, popping pills and witchcraft. No, popping pills and witchcraft and whatnot. That's what's going on in the music today. Pushing that vibration, you chanting it over and over and over, and guess what's happening? You damn, I'm right here. Somebody offered me pills, and I've been singing a song about this rapper popping pills. I might as well try one. Yeah. You know, and then now you just in that whole vibration of it.
Everything is this devil trying to beat you and break you. The only safe spot is in the scripts.
He enlargeth his desire as hell. He wants more than what there is available. He wants it all. He wants it all. and then and is as death. But he's the son of destruction, the son of perdition, the son of death. That's his whole MO. That's how you know that this planet is ruled by the damn devil. By the so-called white man is the damn devil. There's more on there, right?
And he cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Mm-hmm. Shall not all these things take?
And why? Why is he heaping all people to himself? So he can control all of them. Mm-hmm. And then as soon as you do something he don't like, off with your head, man, he kill you. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, these are his plans. Mm-hmm. You know, this is his enterprise. This is how he's gonna jumpstart his new world order by gathering all these people together, basically manipulating their minds, brainwashing them, indoctrinating them, dehumanizing them, demoralizing them.
Yeah, bro.
All right, influencing them to make them think, basically programming them to call good evil and evil good. Okay, and if you think outside the grain, if you don't go in the way that he would have you, then you're a threat to society. You're an enemy. You're what they call that? You're an enemy of the state, man.
You go a step further. Bro.
You're a combatant. You're an enemy combatant, man.
Mm-hmm. That's why they the mark of the beast RFID chip is the perfect instrument for complete control by this devil. Because the moment you think a thought that's not with what he's the orders he's giving you to do, or you go off the beaten path of what he wants you to do, guess what? He can deactivate you. It's an easy process. He ain't got to go search and find you, have manpower, and build a case about you and go to court. You ain't got to do all that. He can just deactivate your chip, which means you're done.
Kind of show that in the one movie where they all in the office and the doors get locked down and everybody
Velcro.
Yep.
Verse 6, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his, how long, and to him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
Yeah, with debt. Now that's physical debt and money, but that's also debt, spiritual debt from the Heavenly Father. How much are you gonna let this devil get? How bad is he gonna allow this man to get before you pay him back for this? Reward him with the evil that he's put upon the earth. When are you gonna get him back? He's in debt. This man is in major debt. But when the Lord, I just said this to myself the other day, when the Lord destroys Esau, man, it's gonna be a sight to see, because he's gonna destroy this dude, man. Overkill. Because he has so much debt of wickedness that he's perpetuated throughout the earth that he's made other people push out wickedness. That's how much wicked this man is. Was there more on that one?
Shall they rise up suddenly, and shall bite thee, and awake shall vex thee, and they shall be for booties unto them. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein.
This man,
these nations are starting to rise up against Esau.
Yeah,
that's what you're starting to see. You're starting to see the shift in influence and power, especially when you see in the rise of China, Russia, Iran, those different countries. They starting to get sick of this devil, man. Especially here on the West. And their whole MO is we want to come together and just utterly destroy, waste this whole. And that's what they're gonna do, pursuing the prophecy. All right, they gonna take this bitch. They're gonna destroy her.
Yep.
Okay.
Go to
that was
I got that song.
Wherever you want to go.
Somebody can get that, but I still wanted because we segued all over. I still wanted 2 Ezra 16 and 18.
All right.
Because we in the days of evil right now.
Yeah.
We're in a time of this devil showing his true horns and basically showing himself. Showing what this devil is really capable of, man. How wicked, how grimy he can get. We in that age. We in that time right now.
We're still in the early stages of it, though.
Yeah, but we're entering in.
Yeah.
Okay, this man, he's finna go out like he not finna just let his kingdom just go out of his fingertips like that. No, this man, he gonna go down fighting for that birthright, man.
Yep.
All right. He's gonna go all out with it. Yeah, you can go back.
Yep. 2 Samuel 16 and 17 again. It says, "Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings." MOUR in INGs. It says the beginning of famine and great death.
And great death.
The word we even spoke about already.
The great death, man. That pale horse.
Yep.
Okay. And this man, he has it all figured out. He knows different clever ways to kill off a population. Okay.
Wiser than Daniel.
Yeah.
Diligent search, man.
Yeah, man.
Because the thing about it is he was always trying to figure out a way to mass murder people for his complete control, just because he likes to see destruction and blood anyway, without his fingerprint being on it. You know? But not realizing the Most High sees you. He sees what you did, what you do. And you got debt. He's going to pay you back. Reading on, it says, the beginning of wars and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come?
Yeah, hey, the beginning of evils, man. You know, what should we do? Because even though these things are happening on a small scale, you know that this ain't it, man.
Right.
You know this ain't it. So we gotta brace ourselves, and we gotta, constantly set ourselves right, man. All right. We gotta spiritually get ourselves in check, man.
So these Israelite groups, man, that tell you that it's gonna be smooth going into the kingdom of heaven. No,
right.
No. Don't. If you believe that, man, you don't believe in the word of the Heavenly Father. Everybody's gotta deal with this that's coming to the earth. It's just the elect is gonna escape the climax, man. That's it. We got to go through the rest, but we just barely escape the climax. You know what I'm saying?
Now, any Israelite group out there that's not warning you that these great evils are coming, and that we are going to go through this tribulation. If he's not warning you that, if he's telling you otherwise, get away from that man.
Yep.
He's leading you to death, man.
Mm-hmm.
If he's giving you the notion that we just gonna be doing an electric slide on into the kingdom, then you need to run. Okay. If he's telling you everything is all right, let's keep having fun. Let's party. Mm-hmm. Let's get married. Let's do this and do that. Get away from that man.
Yep. Or you're not really like they aren't. You're not really in tune with your soul getting salvation, man. For lack of a better word, I think that precept.
It's Acts 14:22, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, that we must go through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of the Most High.
To enter into the kingdom of the Most High God, we must go through much tribulation, man. There's no other way around it. And we have to exhort those fellow believers that, hey, man, it'll be all right, but you got to go through some shit, though. It's going to be tough. But believe, keep your faith, man. We can make it. Don't stop what you're doing. Turn up. You know?
For those saying that you don't got to go through, man, what about Revelation 2:10? You just going to forget about those scripts? You going to forget that say, the elect shall scarcely be saved? Mm-hmm. Scarcely. The elect gonna have to see the missiles, but the chariots of Yahweh Shai gonna bring them out of here.
Now, right? We missed that. But what about everything before that?
What about Jacob's trouble?
That wasn't the only thing named here. Famine, plague, war. Those things was great death, mournings. Those things were named also. And that was it. Right, bro?
What about where is it at, man?
Revelation?
It's in Revelation.
It's going to be beheaded. Which one are you talking about?
That's one, where it basically talks about them being clothed in white robes.
I know it's like
I want to say like about 6, 7.
Let me look. Oh, I think I know what you're looking for. It's the small line in there.
Is it Revelation 7?
Pass it.
Oh yes, 14 maybe.
Yeah.
7 to 14.
Where it basically says,
yeah, you want 9.
No. Revelation 7. Revelation 7 and
9, right?
14. Look at 14.
White robe is 9, but it goes all the way down.
Yeah. Well, you could get.
Oh, but you want 14.
There, but I do want 14. I want 14 because that's the cut.
Sorry.
That pretty much tells you that you're gonna go through the tribulation, man. Everybody's gonna face this thing, man.
Yep.
Everybody on that. That's why it says, "Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth."
Yep.
Okay, that means everybody that's on the earth.
Yeah.
You're on the earth right now, so that means that you're gonna be in it, man. All right, but yeah, somebody can get that.
You started 13.
Started. Oh, you made it?
No, you can start at 9. You can actually start at 9. Because this is after the sealing of the 144,000 each 12 tribes, 12,000 out of each tribe that he led. But it also talks about the 1/3, which is the great multitude that are throughout the four corners.
Right.
This is Revelation 7 and 9. And after this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, he's talking about of Israel.
Thank you.
Stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands, and cried with a loud voice, saying, Salvation to our power, Yahweh, which sitteth upon the throne, and unto the Lamb, Yahweh.
Go ahead.
And all the angels stood round about the throne and about the elders and the 4 beasts, and fell before the throne on their faces and worshiped Yahweh, saying, Amen.
This is the people that are getting salvation. So just if you think you're getting beamed up, that's why I said start up. Because if you think you're going to get beamed up, guess what? This is the whole process of what's going on in this situation. These are the ones that make it. Go ahead, bro.
Saying, Amen. Blessing and glory and wisdom and thanksgiving and honor and power and might be unto our power forever and ever. Amen. And one of the elders answered, saying unto me, What are these which are arrayed in white robes? And whence came they? And I said unto him, Sir, thou knowest. And he said unto me, These are they which came out of the great tribulation.
I thought they didn't have to go through the tribulation. What are they doing coming out of the tribulation? Meaning you were in the tribulation and the Lord brought you out of it. When you go to Jeremiah 30, it tells you about the time of Jacob's trouble. But he said, but thou shalt be saved out of it. Not only a remnant is going to be saved out of it.
If it's not going to be tribulation, why does the scripture talk about how this exodus is going to be greater than the exodus in the time of Egypt? That wouldn't be the case if it was all heavenly and good down here, and if none was going to happen. The scripts talk about written inside the scroll is lamentation, mourning, and woe. That's nothing good. That's destruction, famine, pestilence, martial law. All these things are what's coming. It's like the brother said, ain't gonna be no electric slide in the kingdom. You know, we ain't about to, not in the kingdom, slack it. Ain't gonna be no electric slide in the times to come. All tribulation.
Yeah, man. Hey, you gonna know it's tribulation, man.
Yeah.
Right now, we're just seeing, plagues here, plagues there. A little pestilence here. 30 people may drop dead, hundreds of people hospitalized. And, we seeing stuff like that. Earthquake, hit, people losing homes and whatnot. But just wait till you see death by the thousands, man, in a city. When it gets so bad that they gotta shut the whole country down, man. Each city is on lockdown.
And because, since you said that,
hospitals are packed.
Let me say it, bro. Right now, the brother had an article. You still got that article, bro? Basically, the government shutdown. And the problem with just one, so we don't miss it, right? The whole point of the government shutdown thing is they're not going to have money to pay these government workers. Now, they said that all these things are still going to continue on. The trash man may not show up every once in a while, but these people gonna start going to work and not getting paid.
I'll read the title for you.
Yep.
It says government shutdown imminent as Senate fails to pass funding.
Mm-hmm. They're not gonna get paid. They're not gonna get paid to do these government jobs. Mm-hmm. So eventually, after 2-3 weeks, a month or so, guess what they're gonna start doing? They're gonna start going to work. They're gonna start looking for another job. Yeah. So these so hospitals part of that. What are you gonna do when there's nobody in there to cure you or to heal you? No, this stuff is coming, man. I'm not saying that this is the one event. That's not what I'm saying. But this event is gonna happen, man. There's not gonna be anybody to save you, to heal you in that day. You see it? You looked it up more?
Yeah, I found something too. It says Senate fails to reach a deal. Government headed to shutdown.
Yep.
A Senate vote to end debate that would have moved toward a vote on a short-term spending bill failed Friday night, teeing up the government for an all but certain shutdown at midnight on the 1-year anniversary of President Trump's inauguration.
Exactly. And let me make a point. Because of the show I was watching, they said, and it's messed up because the Democrats, they said they need some Democrats to sign this thing to get it passed, and they're whining and throwing a tantrum, not signing it, like the Republicans were doing Obama, but they're doing that on purpose so the American people won't realize that they didn't do it. They're just gonna make it look like Trump did it, and that's a slap in the face to Trump. Is all it really is, to show more displeasure for Trump. And the fact that they're doing it on the anniversary of a year later of his inauguration is an even bigger slap in the face to his presidency.
Yeah.
See more in that article or no?
I mean, there's a lot more, but I kind of want to read this tweet from Trump.
Yeah, read that.
There's a tweet.
There's
a tweet from Donald J. Trump. It says, government funding bill passed last night in the House of Representatives. Now Democrats are needed if it is to pass in the Senate. Yeah. But they want illegal immigration and weak borders. Shutdown coming? We need more Republican victories in 2018.
Yep.
He ain't feeling it, man.
No, he ain't feeling
it. He ain't feeling it. Him putting it out there is just going to make the Democrats not want to go along with the plan.
Yep.
It's going to create division.
Because the Republicans are pretty much ruling the House of Representatives, but there's still some major seats. I think it's 40 seats of Republican in the Senate. It's like 20-something, but they need like 50-something votes to get it to 51 or something. I don't remember exactly. To get it to pass, it has to be a majority. But they can't get it without some Democratic votes. But they're staying to that, and they're not doing it. Now, we're not stupid enough to believe that they're not working together. They're purposely doing this. This is a test run of what they're about to do.
They
see how you people react.
They ain't got no power. So
man,
they just puppets. Man.
They just making a bigger divide in this country. So those that believe in Republican or Democrat won't feel bad for the other human being on the other side of the spectrum, which is all gonna be easy. When you say, well, fuck them, they didn't believe in our president anyway. Or fuck them, they didn't, the people are simple like that nowadays. That was it?
Yeah, that was pretty much it.
Anybody who just read before that?
I was reading Revelation.
You read Revelation.
7. I mean, 7.
Oh, I got a quick precept to go with that. You was done with that one, or you had one?
That was a point, I think.
I think 14
that was the point, but yeah, you can finish it if you didn't.
Read 14, the whole 14 again.
And I said unto him, Sir, thou knowest. And he said to me,
Call it.
This is Revelation 7 and 14. And I said unto him, Sir, thou knowest. And he said unto me, These are they which came out of the great tribulation, and have washed their robes and made them white in the blood of the Lamb.
Yep. I got one precept to go with that. 1 Peter chapter 4.
Hey, what's crazy is the Democrats, their position is that if as far as the temporary GOP spending bill, unless they have, and they would rather take the funds and actually give them the spending bill, but it's under the pretense of extending protection for the young illegal immigrants.
Yeah, the DACA.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Trump is totally not with that.
DACA, yeah, he's not with that.
So that's the reason why the Democrats are not with it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So basically, what you're seeing is which is all it's all drama. It's all entertainment.
So basically, you gotta send back DACA. You gotta send back the older generation.
Yeah.
That's from Mexico, and then now when before they would keep the young generation here where they can get American education, blah blah blah, work and be a citizen and whatever else. Trump was like, "Fuck them, send them back too."
Yeah.
Trump trying to send everybody back to where the hell they from. Mainly Mexico. Don't it feel like Mexico, South America?
It is mainly Mexico.
Yeah, that's the main place he's concerned with. He ain't trying to send back Eastern Europeans as fast as he is Mexicans. Trust me.
That's a shithole.
Right.
Yeah.
He don't want nobody from shithole countries over
Right.
here, even though he's in the biggest shithole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That was it, right? I got something. Okay. 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 17 says, "For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High God." So if we're the house, we're the men of the Lord, and they got to come to us, we got to deal with it too. Now, there's going to be a lot that fall out and get judged and taken out of this thing. But we also got to get judged too, though. We got to deal with tribulation as well. It says, "And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High God? And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear?" If we're gonna go through some shit and barely make it, where the rest of y'all that ain't even involved in this, where y'all gonna end up at?
The scriptures tell you about martyrs, man.
Yep.
You're gonna have men that's gonna die in this thing just because they believe. Okay? I'm talking about brothers getting their heads chopped off.
Yep.
Brothers getting brutally executed, man.
Yep. Tortured, man.
Tortured and shit. That's what our forefathers went through.
Seeing your family.
That's what Yahweh, all the men of the Lord in the past went through it, man. Mm-hmm. You think this devil he ain't got no torturing techniques ready for the men of the Lord, man? All right, he wants to do that to Israelites. He want to do it to you pro-black niggas, or you militant niggas that's on that pro-black wave. All right, he wants to do it to you Christians. All right, anybody that doesn't bow down to this beast system, he has it out for you, man. He either want to torture you or just eliminate you.
Anybody that opposes this beast system, they're gonna come after you.
That's why it says in Revelation 13, if anybody don't worship the image of the beast, he would have them to be killed. Yeah. That means, hey, if you don't get down with this thing, hey, you gonna have to lay down. I'm gonna have to put an end to you. And Esau is a violent man. That's his role.
They say the hammer of the world.
Yeah, Babylon is the hammer of the earth.
Babylon, hammer of the earth.
But Esau is the whipping stick of the Most High. He's the sword. It tells you, was that Ezekiel the 21st chapter, that he had given that fervent sword into the hand of the slayer. And that sword is being furbished and sharp, ready to make a sword slaughter, man. Mm-hmm. All right, and them soldiers that's gonna be in these streets, and they ain't gonna be American soldiers. They're gonna be straight up foreign, man.
Correct.
Hey, like the scriptures tell you, man. Like we second Ezra 16, man. It's gonna be great death.
Yeah.
All right. It's gonna be great death. That means there's a lot of bodies all throughout every city.
Yeah.
Everywhere. That's how you know we ain't even begin to get close to that time, man. Mm-hmm. Cause it's not enough people dying yet.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
And this Matthew 24 and 7 says 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
Mm-hmm.
For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines, and pestilences, and earthquakes in divers places.
And that's all happening. But it's all on a small scale, but it's leading to something greater.
Come, all these are the beginning of sorrows.
The beginning of sorrows, man. Pain, misery.
Another thing I want to say is these captivities that the Israelites were in before, they went through these pestilence and these famines. So it's going to happen again, but on a greater scale. You know, because you know that like you always say that scripture that the brother just read is twofold. So you know when before 70 AD there was a great pestilence in the land. You're gonna have to eat your kids. It's gonna be famine. So there's nothing good coming to America, and especially you Jakes out there that don't hearken to this word. Come.
Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated, and shall kill you.
And shall kill you. Go ahead, bro.
I
don't have to say no more.
It said afflicted too, so that's that great tribulation. We're not walking it ain't gonna be easy street to get into the kingdom.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it says them that got beheaded for the witness of Yahweh Shai, man. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you even call on that name, if you even speak that name, you could get put to death for it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The beautiful thing is that great millstone, man, we've been thoroughly made manifest and understood that we signed up for this. We know that if we come into this truth, we know that that's a possibility to our end, and we have to accept that could be the way we end in this thing, in righteousness. I'm not talking about falling out. I'm talking about those that make it, that receive salvation. You get it through that death, man. You're an honorable man that gets it through that death. To say it that way, you know.
Yeah, man. And it's a spirit because I did a lesson this week dealing with a martyr. All right, Antipas. You read about him in Revelation, the 2nd chapter. He was at a church of Pergamos, and because he basically had so much faith, because everybody in that city, they were all into idol worship. They were worshiping Zeus. They were worshiping the Roman emperor. You know, they worshiped this Greek god called Asclepius, and Asclepius was supposed to be like the god of what was he, man? But he was basically a Greek god that had the power to heal, I guess. In Greek mythology, you know, they have they have a sculpture of him, and he has like a staff with a snake slithered around the staff. And it's the same symbol. It's not quite the same. It has, because on the hospital that you see, the hospital medicine symbol it got a staff with two snakes slithered around it with two wings. But that's kind of different. But it goes back to the sign of Asclepius. All right. So these particular people, they were worshiping that idol, and because Antipas, you know, which he was following Yahweh Shai, and he only believed in one God, which is Yahweh, and he stood stiffly for the name Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Yep. So they ran back to the governor, you know, and told him, hey, you know, these guys, they over here with that, you know, that Yahweh Shai stuff. You know, they talking about their worship, because if you was against whatever gods that they was worshiping, you was basically you was an enemy combatant of the state at the time. Basically, you was against the Roman Empire, and you wasn't allowed to be a citizen.
Asclepius was the god of medicine.
The god of medicine, Khan.
And
they had a hospital called the Asclepian.
It said Asclepius represents the healing aspect of the medical arts. So, you know.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy is they priests, how they used to determine if a person was ill, that person would have to sleep inside of one of their dormitories, and they put a bunch of snakes up in there, but not poisonous, and the snakes would be crawling all up in the dormitory, and you go to sleep. If one actually slithers over you, then that means that basically you're
sick.
That means that you're sick, and it's going to come to the priest of what to diagnose you with. You know, like just straight up, just madness.
That's
man.
like that thing about the witch they had.
Yeah.
When they find back in the early America, whatever, when they find witches, they find them and they suspect you to be a witch. They burn you at the stake. If you don't burn, you're a witch.
Yeah.
But if you do burn, oops. Like, what the, it's dumb.
Yeah, bro. So that's what they were into in that city, in the city of Pergamos. That's why it says that's where the seat of Satan is at. At that time, that was a totally demonic city, man. You know, so Antipas, he had faith, man. He suffered the affliction, and he went out like a martyr. And you know what they did to him, man? They tortured him.
Yep.
They put him in this this little bull on top of the altar of I believe it was the altar of Zeus. And the way it's set up is they put a person through the top inside of the actual bull, and they'll seal the top off so you can't get back out. And once you in there, there's like like a tube, and it goes from inside down the throat of the bull, basically into the mouth. So while you in there, they place a fire underneath, and they light that thing on fire and let it get hot. The person in there, they gotta basically suffer getting roasted. And when you scream in agony, that noise is channeling through that tube while the smoke is coming out of the mouth of the bull, so it looked like the bull is actually alive and steaming. Steam is coming out his mouth or nose.
Yeah, this man was being
Brazen bull.
The brazen bull. That's what it was.
Yeah.
The brazen bull, man. That's basically how they killed Antipas.
Oh shit!
You see that, right?
Yeah.
Come on,
Let me see it.
bro.
Yeah, I heard about the brazen bull.
They put you in there and they burn that shit. They put a fire to it and they basically roast you. And you know what the accounts that they have in secular history about him is that he actually went out praying for the church, for the body, man. You know? Just like that. Esau got to pay for all that shit, man. But you see, these different torture methods that this devil used on our people back then, back during the time of the Greeks, Antiochus and them, these Roman emperors, what Nero did to Israel, what Caligula did, what Domitian did, what Titus and Vespasian, all these devils,
Nero.
man. Yeah, man. This devil, they back.
Right.
Them same spirits is back. Trump is one of them.
Yeah, coming up with even more demonic methods of torture. Hey, and coming for the men of the Lord, man.
Yeah, we're the main targets.
Don't think Trump don't know. Trump is on social media too much to not know who the Israelites are.
Yep.
He knows exactly who it is, but he want to get them at the last minute. Right after he gonna demonize them and go get them. just like that once he has them. Because if he allow us to just go out there and tell everybody that they about to come for us and all that, people gonna wake up, man. You don't have to damn near get everybody. But if he comes swift and fast, then who can do anything? Then it's strictly faith that we gotta exhibit.
That's why you got to get right with the Lord, man. Because in that day, who you gonna call on?
Yeah.
Because Lord willing, we want to be around Akim, but man, we might not be around Akim. So you gonna have to.
Hey, you might be around newly converted that don't know what you know, and you being young in the faith yourself may just barely know a little more than them, but may have to be the voice that begins that prayer to build up their faith to sing that holy song and get out of it. You know, this is a real. Or you might be by yourself. This is why you gotta know these songs. That's why you gotta know these prayers, man. That's why you gotta study and draw from off these words. You may not know it in the Hebrew. You want to practice it. It'd be better if you did, but you may not. But hey, you need to know what this is talking about, though. You know.
Yeah, I got something real quick.
Yeah.
This is Revelation 16, verse 5. I'm gonna start at verse 5. It says, "And I heard the angel of the waters say, Thou art righteous, O Lord, which art and was and shall be, because thou hast judged us. For they have shed the blood of the saints and prophets, and thou hast given them blood to drink, for they are worthy."
What book is that in?
It's Revelation. 16.
So this ain't talking about the ancient prophets only, man. It's talking about in these end times, man. It said to wet the blood of the saints. Not before it said drink. It said something else before that. Shed the blood of the saints.
Yeah, they shed the blood of the saints and the prophets.
That's torture, man. That's tribulation. But while we're making a big deal about the people that's saying that it's going to be easy pickings getting right into the kingdom, we're really trying to edify those of you that's into this thing, that's paying attention, about the fact that we got to go through this. We got to go through these things. You know?
Yeah, and not all of us are going to die.
Right.
But there is going to be some of us that are appointed to die.
Yep.
But
As a
we're
martyr.
going to be raised up.
Yep.
You know?
Versus some that fall out and die, that's got to wait. They don't get to come right back and and have the fun. You know?
They're going to die this honorable death. They ain't going to die an honorable death.
Right.
You know, they ain't going to go out, calling on the name of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, man. They just going to go out screaming and hollering.
Yep.
It's going to be gnashing of the teeth,
Yep.
wailing and shit, man.
Wailing and gnashing the teeth, I think it says.
Yeah. You know? They gonna die dishonorable, man. You know? But yeah, like the title of the video, man, we're coming in the days of evil. Right now we're just in the beginning of sorrows.
Yeah.
Okay? We're just in the beginning of it. We're just now being able to touch it. But it's not in its fullness yet, man. Wait till it's in its fullness. When it gets in its fullness, we ain't gonna even be out there.
No.
That's when you ain't gonna see camps out there.
Ain't gonna be no live stream YouTube.
Nah, ain't gonna be none of this.
Yeah.
They gonna shut down the internet. What was crazy the other day, Twitter went out like in Europe or somewhere. It was a big outrage.
Oh, yeah.
So imagine when they shut down this internet, shut down your power. These people gonna bug out.
People can't go without their phone.
They can't.
These people, their attention span is low.
Yeah, and this is the beginning of sorrows. Because after that, there's more calamities is gonna come on, especially you 2/3 and the rest of you heathens, mainly Esau too.
That was it on that, Matthew? And what you had, that was it on that, brother?
Yeah.
I got a precept to that, Matthew. I'm gonna get straight to the point. Matthew 20. This is Book of Luke 21. I'm gonna start at verse 11. It says, "And great earthquakes." And you said there was an earthquake in Mexico, right?
Yeah,
And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilences. We ain't even touched on famines. I was gonna I didn't get a chance to do the video or do any more research on it, but basically they'll say Whole Foods had a shortage of food. There was a shortage of food in Whole Foods, and there was on my phone over there, but they were saying it was based on a food crisis. You know, I didn't get to go deeper into it to read about it. I didn't get to research it, but yeah, Lord willing, I will. But hey, for real, that's coming too. You people don't know what it's gonna be like when the water's off, when there's no food, and you didn't already ransack the grocery stores in certain neighborhoods, and you need your chip to get to the next neighborhood to try to find something. What you gonna do then?
This says entire aisles are empty. This is why Whole Foods is facing food shortages. Reports say.
Mm-hmm.
Where
these trucks, let me slap you. When you go to these grocery stores, where these trucks were coming in, they'll have shipments of everything every night. You know, every couple days they have full shipments of everything. Some stuff ain't making it on the pallet or on the truck in that shipment. Some stuff just not making it to the store. Oh, there's no rice this week. Oh, there's no bread this week. Or there's no lettuce this week. There's no avocado, apple, whatever this week. No more meat this week. Or doing this shipment. And eventually, those trucks are just gonna stop coming.
They're gonna have, when you do get food, they're gonna have to ration it out to you.
Venezuela.
That's if they give it to you.
Yeah. Venezuela.
Venezuelans had to go to Brazil, and that was only those that had money to go to Brazil.
Yeah.
You had the gangs down there chasing the food trucks. The military was going after the food trucks.
Mm-hmm.
Like the brother just posted, food shortages are coming soon. You're right.
Yeah.
Because it is.
Oh yeah, if they distribute the food to you, they gotta have the military right there, watching over the food distribution.
You gonna go back to food?
They got people will turn their animals, so they gotta guard the food with the guns. All right, and that's gonna happen, man. Some of these store owners, they probably got shotguns or whatever, just wait, just in case, man.
Mm-hmm.
Cause they know how you are, especially you niggas, man. How rowdy you get,
Mm-hmm.
But you best believe some of it, like especially like them gooks.
Mm-hmm.
Them gooks, they be having the tools ready for you niggas.
Yeah. Remember the riots?
Remember the LA riots, man?
Yeah.
They was shooting you niggas, man. They was popping you niggas' heads off.
Just in case. You was running.
You look suspicious. You look like you coming towards my store. I'm shooting.
Blah, blah, blah. Yep, lay you down.
And they wasn't just shooting with just little handguns.
They had some fire.
They had some ammunition.
God.
Remember that one group they showed they always showed us when in the street like it's licking off, man.
Yeah.
Standing there holding down this thing.
Yeah.
There's more.
And these people in society, man, because everybody's so gluttonous. Everybody, all they care about is stuffing their face, getting full.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Comfortable.
When this day hits you, you ain't gonna know how to take it, man.
Yeah.
Because you never experienced.
Because you ain't never went through nothing like
and
that.
You ain't preparing yourself right now for it, spiritually or physically for it.
And we always say this: it's two people that's going to be stable minded in those days. Physically, you got the homeless because they know how to get their
They're
food.
already pilgrims, yeah.
They know, like you said, they're already pilgrims. They know how to get there. And the men of the Lord, the script saying, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure.
Some of these homeless people here in Vegas specifically, but all over the country, but people here, some of these homeless people in Vegas, man, they had it at one time or another. They let it ride and they lost. And now they're homeless. Or they got on drugs or whatever the case. But you talk to some of them and they really have a method to their madness about how they deal with their living situation or their food situation. They know where to go, which dumpsters, which streets. They know how to work this thing.
I got a personal story. I was at work taking out the trash, and we had like a case of Diet Pepsi that I had to take out. So I took it out, and I seen two homeless Jakes back there. And I asked them, I was like, "Do you brothers want this case of soda?" And they was basically like, "Nah, bro, we good. We know how to get ours." So they already knew. They was like, "Nah, we good. This is nothing." Mm-hmm. So they already prepared for it mentally and physically.
Yeah.
Yeah, they prepared. Hey, like the weather conditions, they adapt to when it gets cold, when it gets hot.
They know how to build shelter and where to build it.
Exactly. They get real creative, man.
Yeah.
But you people that's just relaxing, you
Can't
could
do
just
it
go,
out
you could go and
MTV.
cut on the sink and rinse out a damn glass. hey, when it gets all hectic for you, man, you're gonna lose your rocks, man.
Yep. And marbles.
You're gonna lose your marbles. Okay. You're not gonna know how to hold your sanity, man. Mm-hmm. You're just gonna bug out.
You're not gonna be stable, and when shit hit the fan, you're gonna have to run the Esau to get a meal, but you're gonna take the chip.
You got to get the chip.
Yeah.
And or if you do run into some food, you're gonna run into some men in military gear with assault rifles in their hands. You know, this I got some 2nd Esdras 15, verse 17, 18. It says, "For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity on his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with a sword."
Y'all watching the Super Bowl together, you know, got plans to watch Super Bowl together this year. But when this crack off, y'all be, you know, fighting over the last chip, the last hot wing right now at the Super Bowl party. Or y'all gonna be fighting to the death over a piece of bread when this day comes.
You get ready to say it.
Yeah.
And spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for a great tribulation.
Great tribulation, man. And you think the men of the Lord ain't gonna be in there fighting for food too?
Now we ain't gonna have to fight. The men of the Lord, they're gonna walk by faith. You gotta have the mentality that the Lord, he could feed you with an angel.
Yep.
Just like he did.
Have
Who
a bird
was
fly
that?
down.
He sent that raven to feed.
Habakkuk dropped it off to Daniel. Was that Daniel? That was Daniel, right?
No, Elijah.
Elijah, yeah, that was the bird.
Elijah.
Said,
you know?
Where's that one at?
You talking about Daniel?
Yeah.
When they got
right
dropped
here.
off.
I'll grab it.
Yeah.
This is the history of Bel and the Dragon, verse 33. It says, "Now there was in Jewry a prophet called Habakkuk." And they say the Apocrypha is not part of the Bible. Yeah, okay. Called Habakkuk, who made pottage and had broken bread in a bowl, and was going into the field to bring it to the reapers. It says, "But the angel of the Lord said unto Habakkuk, Go, carry the dinner that thou hast unto Babylon, unto Daniel, who is in the lion's den." So when we're in great tribulation, we can still eat, man. This dude's in the lion's den. It says, and Habakkuk said, "Lord, I never saw Babylon, neither do I know where the den is." Then the angel of the Lord took him by the crown and bare him by the hair of his head and threw him vehemently.
I always laugh when that
vehemency,
because that shows you how rough the angels are. Man. Yeah, they hella rough.
Grabbed him through the head because they snatched him by his head, right? It said, I'm going to read up. It says, took him by the crown and bare him by the hair of his head and through the vehemency of his spirit set him in Babylon over the den. And Habakkuk cried, saying, O Daniel, Daniel, take the dinner which the Most High has sent thee. And Daniel said, Thou hast remembered me, O power, Yahweh, neither hast thou forsaken them that seek thee and love thee. So Daniel arose and did eat, and the angel of the Lord set Habakkuk in his own place again immediately. We teleported him back, man. Put him right back. So we through that faith, man, we know we gonna eat, man. The point I was gonna make about what I was saying was that we was gonna eat, though.
God, and imagine how strong that built up Daniel faith. I mean, Habakkuk's faith.
Yep. He didn't never even know where to find him.
God.
Been there.
And then to just have the angel of the Lord just take you there,
snatch him and whoop.
I got it for you. It's Isaiah 65:13. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed.
Yep. And that's why you gonna be ashamed. You gonna be ashamed because the men of the Lord gonna be singing that holy song, and y'all ain't gonna know what to say. Y'all gonna be like, I don't know that song. You know? We're going to be speaking this word, and y'all not going to know how to rejoice for the Lord. And He not going to be dealing with you. You ain't going to have nothing to rejoice over anyway. We're going to be singing and pop locking, eating and drinking. You know what I'm saying? And y'all going to be hungry, just
laughing at your calamity.
Yeah, laughing at their calamities, man. And y'all going to be hungry. And know we can do. Hey, we told you. We warned you. Was there more on there?
Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, and ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit.
Mm-hmm. And imagine you live next door to somewhere that the men of the Lord are. And you over there starving, and they're over there and they're laughing. You really going to build up your strength to try to go in there and see what's going on? Knowing who had to do it.
They over there hungry, but
yeah,
they don't know if they go out there. You go out their house, you can get blasted. It's gonna be all with all this commotion and stuff going on. You're gonna be hungry. It's gonna be a famine. It's gonna be people getting shot. It's gonna be martial law. You're not gonna have no covering in that day. But the Lord are.
I'm gonna close this stream right here, but it's still on the other screen. Ain't nobody on this one anyway, though.
That was it on that script.